Ethan rubbed his eyes as he drove past the corner of 6th and Harbor. The usual traffic, the same coffee shop, the same billboard above it. Except today, it wasn't an ad for perfume or a law firm. It was his name, in bold white letters across a black background. No product, no slogan, just, "Ethan Reeves, we saw you." Just 12 hours earlier, he had bought dinner for a homeless man outside a burger joint. No cameras, no hashtags. The guy didn't even say thank you. Ethan forgot about it within minutes. But someone didn't. Hey everyone, welcome to Legacy Tales. Let's begin. Ethan worked nights at a gas station just outside of town. Lived alone in a tiny studio above a nail salon. Ate noodles most days and texted, "Sorry, I'm broke," more than any guy his age should have had to. He wasn't trying to be a hero, just trying to survive. That night, his shift ended late. He was tired, hungry, and had only $13 left till payday. As he walked past Burgers and Company, he saw him. The man was crouched by the dumpster, jacket torn, hands shaking from the cold. He wasn't begging, just staring at the menu through the glass, eyes sunken like he hadn't slept in days. Ethan walked in, ordered 2 meals. When the cashier handed him the bags, he turned and gave one to the man outside. No speech, no Instagram story, just a quiet, "Here you go." The man looked at him, stunned, took the bag, nodded once, didn't say a word. Ethan walked home, exhausted, didn't think twice about it, but the next morning the entire city was thinking about him. The phone buzzed non-stop as Ethan walked into the gas station. Co-workers pointed. A customer took a picture of him while pretending to grab gum. Even the grumpy old manager, who hadn't smiled since the 90s, stared at him like he was a celebrity. "Check the billboard," someone finally said. Ethan didn't understand until his break, when he hopped in his rusted Civic and drove back to 6th and Harbor. That's when he saw it. His name. Big, bold letters on a billboard that had never meant anything to him. Underneath it, "Character is what you do when no one's watching." He laughed out loud, confused, embarrassed, a little scared. He took a picture and posted it online with the caption, "I swear I didn't buy a billboard for myself." The post went viral within hours, 300,000 likes, 12 job offers in his DMS, 17 companies tagging each other in comments saying, "This is who we hire." But none of that explained who put it up. That answer came the next evening in the form of a matte black SUV that pulled into the gas station lot. The window rolled down slowly, and inside was the homeless man. But this time he wasn't in rags. He wore a clean button-up, beard trimmed, a quiet, kind smile on his face. "I didn't lie," the man said calmly. "I was homeless, but not always." Ethan stepped back, stunned. "I used to be a co-founder at Northcore Ventures. Stepped away 2 years ago when things got messy in my life. Drugs, depression, everything. I lost the will to fight. I wanted to see if people still had good in them." He reached out and handed Ethan an envelope. "Most just walk by. You didn't." Inside the envelope, a check, but not for a refund or pity. $100,000. "Starter capital," the man said. "Use it or don't, but I'm here if you need help." Ethan stood there frozen. He tried to speak, but no words came. "I wanted to see," the man continued, "if a moment of kindness could spark something again." He looked up at the billboard and smiled. "Guess it already did." Ethan sat on the curb long after the SUV disappeared, the envelope still in his hands. He opened it again, half expecting it to be a dream, a prank, a mistake, anything other than real life. But it was real. Every zero, every heartbeat. He didn't cash it right away. Instead, he went back to work, did his shifts, and kept watching the billboard. The message stayed for 3 more days. Then, one morning, it changed. Now it read, "Kindness is a currency. Spend it wildly." And beneath it, the Ethan effect. That's when everything really exploded. Teachers began sharing how they were using the story in classrooms. Podcasts invited Ethan to speak, not because he was rich or powerful, but because he wasn't, and still chose to be good. Local stores began offering free meals to those in need, tagging it all under the same hashtag. And every time Ethan walked downtown, someone nodded at him. Some shook his hand. One teenager even said, "I paid for someone's groceries because of you, man." He didn't know how to handle it. He wasn't used to being seen. But eventually, he leaned into it. 2 months later, a cafe opened on 6th and Harbor, just below the same billboard. It was called No One's Watching. Ethan owned it. On the wall behind the counter, he hung a photo. The burger joint receipt from the night he bought that meal. Stained, crumpled, and framed in gold. He hired teenagers who needed second chances, gave free meals to anyone who asked, and once a week, he put a stranger's name on the billboard above the shop. Someone caught doing something good when no one was watching, not to make them famous, but to remind the world what mattered. And one evening, just before closing, a little girl walked in with her mom. She held up a crumpled dollar bill and asked, "Can I get a coffee for my grandpa?" "He's sick." Ethan smiled. He reached behind the counter and gave her 2 cups, one with coffee, one with extra marshmallows and whipped cream. "Only if you drink with him," he said. The girl grinned and ran outside. Ethan turned off the lights, looked up at the billboard, and whispered something only the night could hear. One small thing. That's all it takes. Because sometimes the loudest change begins with the quietest choice.